Hello, everyone. Welcome to Beyond the Wall. We're already having just a barrel of laughs, so this is going to be really fun. Um, Before I pass it off to Yaz to start us off, I'm going to let everybody introduce themselves and their character a little bit, and then we'll pass it on to Yasmin to get us going. Um, so we used to start in the top left, which is me. I had to remember where I put people on the overlay. It's been one of those weeks. I'm, I'm Raven. I'm the creative director for the Raven Evermore, which is my own brand for everything that I do. It includes, aside from dice for now, just because I don't have the time for it yet. Virtually everything tabletop related. I do that. I also do art.
Tables.
Yes, I don't build tables, but I do things on top of the tables, game related. Um, that's an important distinction. That's me. I play Mare, who is definitely not all smiles and giggles like I am right now. Mare is, how did I describe it? If you took DC's Raven and Scarecrow, say they had a child and then she grew up with Batman as her idol, that's basically Mare. She's not in a superhero world, but thinks of herself as a superhero. Um, is very antisocial, dresses very like goth style, and usually has some sort of like magical shadows or smoke or bats or ravens or things following her around. She's really fun to have at parties, let me tell you. But that's me and Mare. And oh, before I forget, I'm also going to put our sponsor information in chat. So definitely check out Grind and Coffee Company. You can use the code Raven for 10% off. Fundamental RPG and Intrepid. Those two are also my brands. You can find at coffee.com/raven/shop. You can find both of those things there. There's pre-orders for Fundamental RPG Second Edition, and all the Intrepid gear is there as well, which is adventuring gear for IRL. It's pretty cool stuff. Definitely go check that out. That is all about me and Mare and our sponsors, and I'm going to pass it on down to Paladin. Tell us a little bit about Tom and yourself.
Hi, everybody. I'm Paladin Hulk, Twitch moderator for Random Tuesday, Little Red Dot, and the Stalwart Initiative. And today I am playing Tom Fan, and I'm a ghost. I've been dead for quite a while. I don't even know like what decade we're in, but since I'm from the 80s and, we're in a dystopia, I'm assuming it's, in the next couple of years. So, yay. I'm basically a joke character so far. I'm hoping to put some serious stuff into there somewhere. Let's see how I do. Thank you.
All right. Next, we've got Nina. Tell us a little bit about Faye and yourself.
Hi, I'm Anina Kasky. I'm an actor and writer. I've got a YouTube channel where I post mainly comedy, but there's also a dark drama web series there that I wrote and star in. If you like some dark Scandi noir, you can go watch that. Faye, or Felier, is a celestial being. I'm not quite sure how much to reveal yet. But yeah, she's a celestial being. I'll leave it at that.
All right. Thank you so much for that gifted sub to Uncanny Adventures there, Paladin. And then
Welcome.
Uncanny, with that subscription, you can now gift 2 D6 to whoever you'd like. You can give a D6 to the cast, a D6 to the GM, both to one or the other, however you'd like to do that. Or if you'd rather do this instead, you can do an advantage to one player, so they will be able to roll twice on their next roll and then take the better of the 2 results. Whichever you would like to do, just let us know in chat. And then passing it on up to Hannah, tell us a little bit about Joe and yourself.
Hi, I'm Wohanna. I don't do anything, but that's okay. I'm playing today Joe, who lives in a world of nightmares, and as a result of that, fervently tries to apply the rules of science and physics and logic on things that don't really work that way.
Like
Um,
ghosts.
Yeah, she's being haunted by a ghost and has no idea how to deal with that because ghosts aren't real, probably. Um, I also am a mechanic of sorts.
Awesome. And then last but not least, Yaz, tell us a little bit about you and this wonderful world, and take it away.
My name is Yasmin, or otherwise known as Bodelia here on Twitch. I'm a visual storyteller. I think basically sums up what I do better than anything I've announced myself with before. And I will be the keeper for the Beyond the Wall game. And Beyond the Wall, this game is very much inspired and set in the world of my author friend Cecilis. And he wrote a comic book that I'm illustrating. And we are just about done with issue 1. His Twitter is here if you're interested in more of his story. Definitely follow Cecilis on Twitter. I can only take the creative liberties or I'm awful at stuttering. I can only take I don't even know what the word is. It's gone. Oh well. All right.
Credit? Is that
Credit. That's the word. Thanks,
Sweet.
Raven. I can only
Anytime.
take credit for the creative liberties, but this is his world, and I'm very grateful that I've been given permission to run a game in his world. And I would love to introduce that to our audience to kind of set the stage for where our characters are. And our characters have already experienced just a hair of what is waiting for them in the rest of the game. And I had the document with the outline up, but you know, it's gone now. So give me a second. All right. So the world is in disarray. A great darkness has swept over, and over time, as the world has fallen into pieces, and this darkness has spread, dreams have begun to leak out into reality, blurring the lines between fantasy and what is real and concrete. Because of this, the world rapidly declined until there was only one city that was believed to be the last city left. The city is the last bastion of hope for mankind with the rising darkness. And it is the last protection against the darkness that grows beyond the wall. And our characters during our session 0 got to experience just a flavor of what that darkness is, because darkness breeds in the shadows. And as much as the city does its best to keep everything bathed in light when night falls, there are things that slip out, and the weird starts to make its presence known. And Joe, who is haunted by Tom Fan, received an object that started leaking, which ended up being some strange critter that attempted to absorb weird. And it wasn't until the hawk Felier came down and tore its head off that it was able to be subdued. And we are starting now back again on the streets outside of Joe's shop.
Does this city have a name?
It is just called The City.
Great. Wouldn't it be awesome if the last surviving city was Detroit?
That would be pretty great. I
Right?
mean,
There
I'm
you go.
here. I'm here
From
for
me
it.
to you, Detroit.
I have a question. If
Yes.
it's this city, then was it built on rock and roll?
Oh my God.
We're gonna be a super serious crew.
I love you all. Hilarious.
So we have exited my shop.
You have exited your shop. You have, I believe, did you put the carcass of the thing back in the
No, we literally ended it when it died.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
Right.
my
The
claws are
hawk
still on
killed
it.
the.
My-
Or it was a
my
hawk, right?
talon.
Yeah.
It's
The
an
hawk
eagle.
killed
Or
the
eagle,
thing.
sorry.
Yeah, eagle.
Eagle. It's basically the same. Eagle,
This is
hawk.
what's a little bigger. It's fine.
Well,
And I was gonna capture her in something. What was it?
Cooler.
A cooler, right? A
capture
water cooler.
me or the thing.
There we go.
I
You.
think you and the thing, maybe?
Mostly just you. So I'm gonna do that now.
All right, I'm gonna have you roll cool to do that.
Because it's a cooler. Makes total
yes.
sense.
I
Do
mean,
I get to roll for
you can also roll cool to evade.
Uh-oh.
Wow, the game really wants this to happen.
oh,
no.
I'm sorry, but
doing
just
me?
by a hair, Tom Fan is able to scoop you up. I mean, it's rough, but you are able to close the lid over this eagle.
Why?
Hooray!
Why have you
This-
put the
This
eagle,
eagle,
in?
it killed like a shadow thing. And since we're surrounded by shadow things, I figured this thing's gonna be super handy to have around.
So you
so-
put it in a cooler.
This is what I had. You know, if I had like an eagle sanctuary in my back pocket, I would have used that to capture her. But I don't. I don't carry around an eagle sanctuary in my back pocket.
Yes, because that's physically impossible.
I mean, I also have this. I'll pull out like
No,
a
no.
ghostly bomb that's just like.
No.
I'll just keep
there
that
are
for later.
more forms in the cooler to bust out.
Say that
It's
one more
just
time.
a cooler, so it like you
Can I
can
have more
immediately bust
forms?
out of it.
Yes, I still need you to roll weird to successfully change forms, but you are able to change.
Mayor's just staring at Tom, going like, "Aren't you a ghost?"
You are able to change, but there's one hiccup. You may decide what that hiccup is.
Oh,
Whether your change wasn't complete, something happened as a result of the change, there's a weird glitch.
okay. Let's have a look.
The cooler lid pops off and
Yeah,
it's
pops off. A humanoid-esque figure comes out. But in my transformation, the cooler has become my head.
Oh god.
And I've got one big eagle wing and one big bat wing flown up.
What? And like Joe looks at Tom like, what did you do?
I guess it was like a magic cooler that turns the hawks into people.
I do
don't
not
know.
own a magic cooler.
I mean, you got lots of stuff. I don't know who. Like, do you have a name, Miss Eagle?
Just point in my head.
Cooler.
I don't
I mean,
have a
I guess
mouth.
it could be a name. I knew a
Cooler.
cartoon character once called Cooler.
Yeah, wasn't that like one of those really old animus? What were they called? Like animes, I think.
I noticed that you called me really old, and now I'm hurt because I don't look a day over the day that I died.
You're
Oh,
dead.
I mean, I don't know how old. I meant the anime. The show thing was old, not you.
Maybe we should focus back on the person with wings.
Sure.
I'm going to morph again to try and get back into a form that can speak.
It's an amazing first impression.
All right, roll weird again.
Weird. Certainly.
Excellent. You are exceedingly successful in fixing what went wrong the first time.
Got the
Fantastic.
cooler off your head. Like,
Well, no, I would have put my wings around me and some celestial light would have whirled around me, and then I would have opened them, and I now have a ethereal, ageless, but human-seeming face.
I'm aiming my shotgun at you. You are clearly a monster.
oh my god, she made my cooler disappear.
That's my cooler.
A long pause, and then I turn to Mare, and I go, "You are the chosen one."
Mayor's just like looking behind her.
You are the chosen one.
I've been chosen by a cooler.
What's a cooler?
Um, don't worry about it. I'm the chosen one for what?
The mission. I am Felier, the archangel of all animals, and it is my mission to protect you and make sure you complete your mission.
I'm gonna, like,
I am at your service.
Wow, I
And I
thought
do a
being
very
ghost was
dramatic
weird.
bow with my
I'm
wings
gonna,
out.
I'm gonna like poke your wing with my shotgun, I think.
So
Suddenly from my wing,
Oh no.
a rat will jump off my wing and come at you.
Oh god, I'm like gonna smack it with my
Startling
shotgun
people
then.
with shotguns. Genius.
so you're like a superhero too then?
I'm an archangel.
Yeah, there was a superhero called that at one point, I think. I don't know. That they're all really old stories. But I mean, you've got wings, so sure. All right, cool. What mission are we going on?
As if on cue, the sound of what used to be tornado sirens fills the city, and you would all recognize this, that this is a sound for all city people to bunker down under their lights and weather what might be coming to the city.
All right, everybody into the shop.
Did you forget that the lights are out? Maybe we want to go fix those first.
Yes.
You are
Do
the
I know where the
mechanic.
building's like generator would be?
Excuse me.
Yes, I believe you would. That seems important to your job.
And someone who's
Question.
paranoid.
Yes.
Since Mare is the reason the lights are out, can she also use magic to try to turn them back on?
You're going to have to roll for it.
Okay.
Come on, horrible failure.
Only a half failure.
You may choose your glitch or what goes wrong with your magic.
Let's do the effect is weakened. So maybe like not all the lights come back on?
Okay.
Would that work?
Yes. So, how do you cast your magic? Can you give us a show?
Yeah. I think Mare's just gonna be like, oh right, sorry. And just like wave a hand in the air, and like this spiraling sort of black smoke comes off her hand towards the power pole outside. And maybe there's just like a little bit of like cartoony looking electricity arcing off of the wires as it goes back into the building, and then some of the lights come back on. Like, oh, oops. That was supposed to be all the lights back on.
I open my palm and some fireflies come out.
Oh,
Also, you
precious.
glow also, right?
She
Yeah.
does. She does glow.
Are the lights in my
I
shop
think I
back
glow
on?
like very softly, like I'm nightlight glowing. So you
Yeah,
can't
you're
actually
like
see.
you're like a little glow stick or glow worm.
Yeah.
Joe, yes, most of the lights have come on in your shop. However, they are dim and they occasionally flicker.
Wow, you haven't even touched the panel yet.
I release
True
some more
genius.
fireflies.
Genius mechanic right there.
And now there are fireflies hanging out in your shop.
Also, we have an infestation of, light bugs.
I'm
Lighty
gonna-
light bugs.
I'm gonna
Mare's
see
just
if I
gonna
can't get these
roll.
lights on stronger.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna go.
Mare's just gonna roll her eyes and look back at Mao, because I'm remembering that
Yeah,
they're
that
still
was with
outside
you.
too.
Y'all
You know,
have your
just-
first NPC.
Just
Right.
everybody get inside,
What was her name?
especially
Mao.
you, Mao.
What's it?
Mao,
No way.
yes. Mao has just been sitting.
Mao. Right. Yeah.
Mao.
I heard Mal, and I was like, that wasn't it.
Mao has been sitting outside, kind of like watching from the corner with like this look of like, what on earth is going on, guys? And you guys get the lights to kick on even a little bit, and Mao is like right there next to Mare, and Tom is like, okay, sounds good, I'm sticking with you guys.
Oh, that's good.
Joe,
You want like a magazine from this stack of really old magazines? Careful, they're like, you know, they're old, so they might fall apart.
yeah, I sure do. And she sits down and she like takes one off the top, and immediately the rest of the pile of magazines slides over in her lap. And they're brittle, but they've held together.
I told you those would come in handy one day.
No.
You said no one would ever read them, but here we are.
Joe,
Vindication is mine.
you're the primary power box for, so you have a like a panel, an electrical panel in your shop, but the primary electrical box for the building itself is located on the roof. Up and down, up and down, and up and down.
You have that grappling gun still?
I mean, yeah, but I mean, Cooler here can fly, so
Also, there are stairs.
Yeah, you're right. I'm just gonna take the stairs.
So you get up to the top without any particular difficulty. The dim lights that are now on in the building, or at least the majority of them that are on, have held up together for you, with the sirens loudly blaring outside. Everybody that you may have seen in the building or that had come out to inspect the reason for the lights going off have all now disappeared. And it's very akin to walking through a ghost town as you head to the roof.
Good thing I'm used to ghosts.
The power box is there. It appears to be rusted shut. So I'm going to need you to first roll strength to pry it open.
The rest of us are still in the shop, right?
Yeah,
Unless someone wanted to come with.
Yes.
Well, while she's grappling with that, I sort of notice the other people in the room for the first time. Well, pay attention to them for the first time. And I see Tom, and I go, "You poor soul, you're trapped.
I look fat.
I can help release you if you'd like.
Did you just say I looked fat?
You're trapped."
I think she said you're
what?
trapped.
Oh, I'm
Tom.
trapped.
Yes,
Oh, that
you're
makes a lot more
trapped.
sense than me looking fat, considering I have like 0% body weight, literally. But yeah, I mean,
What's binding you here?
you know, I gotta find this one recording, but that's just a long story.
I can
I
Joe,
don't know if I'm
you.
ever gonna get to that, but I got stuff to do still.
So Joe, you I'm so sorry, but you are not strong enough to open this door. Like,
So shaken.
did you try and use anything to pry it open, or did you use your hands?
It was because it was like a lock on it.
All right.
Or was it a lock on it?
It was rusted, so it's just
Oh, yeah,
kind
probably
of
just my
like
hands
corroded
then.
clothes. So you actually end up just like skinning the tips of your fingers as you try and grip this open, and it doesn't
Ouch.
budge at all. What would you like to do about that?
What do I have? I do have a knife, so I could try and like leverage it open.
All right. I'm gonna have you roll strength one more time. And let's hop back to Tom and Felier as you're discussing the entrapness of Tom as a spirit.
Yeah, Yeah, so
Shall I release you? And my
I mean,
hand goes
do-
towards them.
I mean, do you have the recording that I'm looking for? Because otherwise, maybe I'll just stick around until I get it.
As you wish.
Phew.
So-
I'll edge over to Raven's character and be like, "Hey, do you think this angel could actually just make me poof? Because that's pretty scary."
I don't really know. I don't really. I mean, I know I'm like scary and like ghost-like, but I don't actually know that much about actual ghosts and or angels for that matter.
I mean,
I know a lot about
they did
nightmares.
say that you were like the chosen one, so I'm thinking you two are going to be like, best buddies. So you might want to do some research at some point.
I mean,
And I'm going to help you along. None of these magazines contain useful information about angels. Literally nothing.
That's very helpful.
I mean, one is about the TV show Angel, but there's very little overlap between those two things because he's not an actual
Another
angel. He's
angel?
actually a vampire, if you can believe it. Makes no sense, that name.
Vampires can't be angels.
See,
That's
that's what
very
I said when the
confusing.
show first released. I was like, what is this now?
We're going to hop back to Joe real quick. Put a pin in there. Joe, this time you are incredibly successful. You're able to cut the corrosion back from the seam of this box. It pops open for you, and it appears that the transistor or the power box that you're going to be working with has, while the box has been corroded, the inside has remained fairly intact. I'm going to need you to roll sharp to figure out and fix the problem.
Damn it, Joe.
I'm so sorry, Joe.
Having a bad day.
You have misassessed the problem. And you get into there, you are so certain that you know exactly what is wrong with it. There's this one wire that's like pretty thick and meaty and covered in like the thickest plastic like wrapping of it, and you're like, this shouldn't be plugged in here, this should be plugged in here. And you go to switch it out and you pull that huge cord out, and immediately this massive arc of lightning just dances across the top of the building, and you hear the fateful sound of electronics powering down again. It goes vroom, and
This is fine.
makes
Oh,
like
that's
this
not good.
terrible kathunka noise. And just as you do that, the city itself shakes. You're not sure if it's related or not, but you do know that you have fried this transistor. And my audience knows that I know absolutely nothing about electronics now.
Okay, I swear
electronic.
Joe's a good mechanic. This is just like something must have happened. I'm going to go check and I'll just float through the ceiling.
Joe, what are you doing?
Joe's
about
like
this?
Joe's like got her flashlight between her teeth and she's like on the ground, just like in a ball. Why?
Poor Joe. So, Tom, you find Joe in the fetal position with her light between her teeth.
Something happened there, Joe? Because the lights are out in the building.
I broke it.
All right. But like, don't you fix broken things though, Joe? Isn't that like what you do?
Yeah.
Well, you could, even if you do break things, you can just fix them again because that's what you do.
That's
You're a
not really
mechanic.
how that works all the time.
Anything that's broken can be fixed. You just gotta, take enough bits that are broken out and put new bits in.
That's not how it's fried.
Well, which bit is fried? Then we take that out and we put something new in. Is it this bit?
No, don't touch things.
I'm already dead. I'll just put my hand through the thing. Just like, see, remember? Dead.
No, shut up. That's not how You can't be dead and talking to me.
Poor
All
Joe.
right.
Existential
I
crisis.
know, right?
Regardless,
Is
if
it
this
like
thing needs to be
unfixable at this
replaced,
point?
well, like what? Do you
As
got parts in the
far
store in the shop, or like what?
as far as you can tell, you're going to need to replace major parts of this with pieces that you do not have in your shop. And the siren to take cover is still blaring.
Okay, I have a battery powered spotlight in my. Oh god, but all the people in the building.
Yeah, we should probably gather all those up.
Yeah, do we have a space big enough to hold everyone?
I mean, if we were to clean up the shop, like maybe just a little.
I'm not bringing all the people in my shop. It's bad enough that we have a whatever cooler lady is.
I
So
think
for
she said she was an
groups,
archangel.
for groups that
Of animals, I think.
Nope.
may
Uh,
not have lodgings or safe shelter from these alarm systems, there are community areas that will house and help people.
Okay. So I
And
guess
you
we
would
should-
know this as a resident of the city.
Whew, okay. I have a couple more flashlights in my shop. We're gonna give those to people and we're gonna take them to the community center, and then we can hang out in my shop with my spotlight.
all right. Just you and me, or like the archangel, superhero friend. And I
I'm
think
not-
Miles really into those, those magazines I gave her.
Sure.
I mean, one had David Hasselhoff on the front, so I can't blame him.
I don't know who that is.
I mean, he's pretty cool. He had some drinking problems, but
Tom?
who doesn't, right?
Tom, people are
Ladies.
gonna die if we don't. Okay, I'm leaving.
Right.
So how many like people would be in here? Would they know instinctually to kind of start heading that way if the lights are out?
A lot of the people would. Mayor's roommate does not. So, I mean, I don't think you know Mayor's roommate, so that doesn't matter. The male roommate does not. The male roommate's got his own system. When the shouts and cries of dismay as the lights cannot turn on, you do begin to hear a lot of these units beginning to empty themselves, and people trying to make their way out of the building to either like get to a friend's place or one of these community centers. Now, there are some doors that remain closed, and you're not really able, like, depending on when you walk through the building, you're not really able to tell which is which. So how would you like to handle or manage that? And don't forget, you do still have Mare and Fellier down in your shop, and Mao, if you needed help.
Tom, for some scientifically inexplicable reason, you can fly through walls, right?
I mean, I don't know if I'd call it flying, but
Please stop arguing semantics with me.
okay,
Can you check if there are people still in the building?
I can.
Hooray! To the shop with me.
The people or us?
No, you check for people, I go to the shop.
Okay. And what do I do when there's people there?
Just remember which ones have people.
That's it.
I'm not
All right.
equipped for this. I don't even like people. Okay, I'm gonna go down to the shop.
Remember that you are a people. And I'll just go check all the apartments.
You check all the doors. So Joe returns. Mare, Fellier, and Mao are just hanging in your shop, I guess. What
In the
other-
dark.
Yes.
Fireflies.
Yeah, Fellier's got fireflies and she glows.
Hello, human.
Cool. Name is Joe.
Hello, Joe.
Thank you. You're a superhero, right? I don't even know what that
I'm an
means.
archangel.
Nope, not you, Mayor, whose name I don't
Oh.
know.
Me. Hi. Yes, I'm Mayor, and yes, I am.
Okay. We might have to get some people out of here to a place that's safe because our transistor in the building is fried.
Hmm.
I can
Don't-
get people out of the building.
Don't know how that would have happened, but yes, that's a good idea.
I can get people out of the building. And as I do that, the place is swarmed with cockroaches.
No, please stop! Oh my god!
I'm not even gonna make you roll magic for that.
Mayor's just like gonna start like just levitating, just barely off the ground, looking down like gross.
Tom Fan, as you are making your way through these apartments, you do find that a lot of these apartments have emptied, but there is a small collection smattered throughout the different apartment suites of people who have holed up with candles. They have set it up in one way or another with mirrors and stuff to expand the amount of light that's in their area, and this is how they are coping with the lack of electricity for those that have stayed.
Sorry, I got distracted. What?
So you've encountered a small handful of people who have stayed, and they have set themselves up with several candles and mirrors to keep themselves in lighted areas.
So they're basically good.
I mean, I'll leave that up to your assessment. There's definitely holes in which things could happen, but for the most part, they seem pretty prepared.
I mean, I'll ask them.
The general response is we don't want to go out there.
I mean, that's fair. Remember, try not to think of any scary things because they might come alive and eat you. All right,
As
good luck.
as you're talking to these families, you begin to notice, like at first you hear it, the click a click clatter of several hundreds or maybe even thousands of insect legs, and then you see it. Cockroaches start pouring out of crevices and openings, and like
Nuts.
encroaching
Someone's
on these
afraid
people.
of cockroaches in this building.
We are the worst heroes ever.
Whichever apartment I'm in, this was you, wasn't it? You don't like these things, so here they are.
And the cockroaches give the majority of people, I mean, there's still some people that don't really care, but the majority, particularly this group that you're speaking with, have an adverse reaction to these cockroaches. And in several screams and chaos and upturned furniture, they have also exited the building.
We did it.
Yeah.
I should probably put out this little fire that they started when they knocked the candle over.
Yeah, that would be a good idea.
I'm just looking at Mayor expectantly.
Mayor just looks down again at all the cockroaches and sees the people leaving. Says, "Well, I guess that worked. Good job." It literally gives you a thumbs up.
How did you summon cockroaches? That doesn't even make sense.
I assume it's like a superpower, like an angel superpower or something. Just
No,
it's
okay.
magic. Don't worry about it, Joe.
So, Tom, aside from the few people that you're not able to casually convince to leave, the rest of them have all left. Do you return to the others?
Yep. I'll just walk through the door and I'm like, hey, there's like cockroaches everywhere. It's really bad this time. I think we might be in trouble, you guys.
No, that's
Welcome.
that's Buckethead.
I mean,
I have
I
that.
assume
Is it done?
Well, people have, run away in sheer terror. One of them knocked over a candle, nearly burnt the place down. Thankfully, I was there, like a hero. Not the super variety, but like a normal hero, like a firefighter, but
How do
then
you?
like super small scale, but still heroic.
That's
Good. And
Can
I
the
just snap my
cockroaches-
fingers. Snap my fingers, and all the cockroaches come back into me.
Is she made of
Oh,
cockroaches?
that's disgusting.
Like some mummy shit right now.
Oh.
I love it.
I'm the archangel of all animals.
Right, but them?
Yeah, these.
Oh God, no.
I'm gonna.
Mara.
Right on my palm.
Mare's just gonna give Tom like an awkward pat on the head. Like I don't know how to really give
Your
people
hand
praise.
passes right through my head, just like
good job. Very
Okay.
heroic, yes.
Thanks.
Also, that's a little weird, but glad the cockroach problem's taken care of.
Right.
I'm grabbing flashlights for everyone who physically can hold a flashlight.
Okay.
I'll just like grab a ghost version of just like a torch, just like a stick that's on fire, but it's not real. It doesn't do anything.
So Joe puts flashlights in everybody's hand.
I don't take one.
Hey, I'll keep it then.
Dual wielding
think that I can-
flashlights.
I can see.
Mare will take one and just like strap it to her
Yeah.
utility belt, so it's
That's for
it's
you.
on and facing forward, but it's just like on her waist essentially.
Excellent. Excellent.
Well, here we are in the shelter, waiting out the storm.
Joe,
So,
you get your generator working and you're able to turn your spotlight on inside of your workshop again. Do you guys stay holed up in your shop for the duration of the alarm?
that was
I
my
do.
plan.
Okay, just wanted to make sure. During the course of the night and the absurdly long length of this siren, you feel tremors coming from that just sort of shake the ground and foundation of everything around you. But as the hours pass and as time grows on, those tremors become less and less, and eventually the siren stops.
Mare is like doing a very like raven stance of like sitting cross-legged, eyes closed, just sort of hovering over the ground a little bit. And when the siren stops, she just like opens one eye and just like, I think it's done.
I will have messed with you during that time. I think I've just like built a card stack, like one of those castle-y things out of cards on your lap or something. And then when you move, it just falls apart.
Yeah, Meryl just like open one eye.
You know, I
think it's
spent hours
done,
on
and then look down, and then look up at Tom just very slowly. Just why?
He's just like that. Don't worry about it. It's just his personality.
Wait, what am I gonna do? Push-ups?
I don't know. Just okay.
Bake?
Mao had fallen asleep some time ago and is loudly snoring, curled up around these magazines that Tom gave her.
Mayor's just gonna
At
go
least that
over
one
and
knows how
like
to live.
pinch Mao's nose.
Mao sneezes before she's even awake and just like sneezes herself up into a sitting position and looks at the rest of you and just like for a moment is slack-jawed and then looks at the rest of you again and says, "Oh, the siren ended.
Also, you're in Oz now. Welcome.
I'm in Oz."
I'm kidding. You're not really in Oz.
Oh my god, I thought I had fallen, like I had dreamed and gone to the dream world. And you can see like this visible relief wash over her.
Look what you're doing. You're traumatizing the poor girl.
With Oz.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, right. No one knows stuff.
There is a brief expression of horror that crosses like a deep disturbance in Mao's eyes as she says, Oz is not a place to be trifled with. And then like almost like flipping the page of a book, she's suddenly like right back into that chipper attitude that's so annoying for the majority of people.
Hold up, you actually know what Oz is? Because I make references all the time and no one ever knows what I'm talking about.
I mean, yeah, it's like the book, right? Like The Wizard of Oz? Or
Exactly.
like Ozzy Osbourne? Or
I've heard of
like
him.
Oswald Fitzgerald? And she
I
just
knew she was gonna do that. I was like, Mal's gonna mention Ozzy. I just know it.
I mean, you know, eating bats and all. It's fine. It's fine. We should go get our rations for the day, Mao says. Kind of like hopping up. She's like, I need to go pick it up. She checks her wrist, which does not have a watch on it, and she's like, I think I might be late. We should go.
You know, you should get a tattoo of a watch on there,
I should. That's a great idea.
right?
At least it would tell time correctly twice a day.
Better than nothing. All right, Joe, you're gonna get your food too, because you need to eat. All right, come on. What about you, Angel? You need to eat. You need
Angels do not
protein
eat.
bars. No, nothing. All right.
Wait. So you don't all eat cake? I was always curious about that because there's this thing called angel food cake, and I was curious if that was like all that you all ate. But then I was like, wouldn't that make angels really fat if all you ate was cake all the time?
Humans are so peculiar. I don't know why he's seizing you.
That's
Right.
great, Corey.
Okay, let's go.
Let's go get food.
All right. Tell me about the place we get food.
So
What is it?
it's part of one of these community areas that people would go to in the event that they don't have shelter during one of these attacks. But it's a massive warehouse located towards the edge of town. And it's where they keep the majority of food stores.
Is it like
And
a Walmart?
kind of,
Or,
yeah.
like, did it
like
used
a
to be a Walmart?
super Walmart that is out of
Costco.
out of commission though.
If it's a super
Indiscriminate shop
Walmart-
front,
Clearly, that's going to be Mayor's store.
of course. So you've got a bit of a way to walk there, and you do have to pass there is a like a city park in the middle of town, and you do have to pass this city park. Nearby the city park is a dilapidated and kind of like taped off chapel.
Does it have any effect on me?
You get the sensation of deep yet familiar sadness, like this well of grief that is there when you approach it or pass it.
Okay.
Is anyone chatting while we walk
That's a good question.
without me prompting it?
I mean,
Does
Mal
it-
would just like talk endlessly at you because you're now her friend, but that's about it.
Mayor's not really the talkative sort. So she's probably quiet unless you directly address her.
Is there like an authority kind of person I can report the lights situation to to get the city on that for those people who live there?
You know that the city does have a council board and it's kind of the something equivalent to like a mayor. But you have filed reports with the board in the past and have not gotten answers in any manner of timely fashion at all. You get this sensation anytime you visit the border council to submit your information that they are stretched really thin.
As
Okay.
we left the shop, I would have hidden my wings. So for now, I'm just a slightly glowing human.
Um,
I mean, that's like a significant percentage of the group is glowing. So
your presence does draw eyes, but people are so desensitized to weird, they don't want to see it. They don't want to have anything to do with it. So those stares are not long, and you find people are quickly turning away from you.
in an awkward moment, I start to sing On the Road Again.
Mao will accompany you
Fun.
as a harmony.
Mayor's just gonna be like, oh god, they're singing again.
Again?
You like make them
Yes.
stop?
Yeah, they do this quite frequently.
Shall I make them stop?
No.
How would you make them stop?
That's actually a really good question.
However you wish.
Well, now I have options. I have to think on this for a moment. And Bear just starts like staring at the floor, like thinking intently.
Wow. And Tom and Mao are just like walking arm in arm, singing happily.
Every once in a while, your arm like goes through hers.
Yeah, it doesn't really work super well, but we're giving it our best shot.
And Mao's having a grand old time laughing and singing obnoxiously.
It's a good song.
It's a good song.
Okay, no, they still need their mouths to eat. Well, at least Mao does. That wouldn't work. Well, you could. No, that wouldn't work either. Can you just like make sound not work around their mouth, so just no sound comes out? Like a mute button on a remote.
I will need you to roll weird for me on that one. You have mixed success, so somehow the spell doesn't entirely work, or it's weak, or something happens because of it. You may choose what happens because of it, or one of the above.
I don't think it would work on Tom.
Okay, solid. So immediately Mao's voice gets like cut off, and it's just Tom singing, and like Mao's confused at first, and then you could tell that she's like trying really hard to sing louder and more obnoxiously, and she kind of looks at the rest of you, and she points at her mouth, and she sticks her tongue out, and then by happenstance and sheer luck, she finds a pot and a skillet on the side of the road. They're broken and unusable, but enough to make noise with. Which she does.
Until Mao gets the pot and Pan, like, you all get to see Mare smile just a tiny little bit, which is very rare. Just like this slight corner of the mouth just tugs up a little bit. And then the pots and pans start clattering, and she's like,
This is what you get when you can't just accept things as they are.
yeah. And Bear will just look at Faye and just be like, cooler, just let him sing, it's fine.
Cooler than what?
What?
Cooler than what?
No, I can't pronounce your actual name, so we were just calling you Cooler.
You can call me Faye.
Oh, that works. Faye, you can let them make noise now. The singing's somehow better than the pot and pan noise.
Do I have to roll again?
Yeah, I'll have you roll again, just for shits shits and giggles.
God.
We got to have a really lighthearted first session so that later on, when everything goes to shit.
So it is the same. You may choose your glitch or what happens.
Okay, so I silenced Mao. So I didn't get the voice back quite right. And instead of a human, it sounds like it sounds like a really distressed like moose.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh, Mao's gonna have fun with that.
That's some
Mao
glitch.
does.
Oof.
Mao
Oh,
does have
Mao.
a lot of fun with that. And you all are stuck with this distressed moose singing.
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
Um,
whoa, whoa. What is this? What happened? Why are you making
What
that
is my
noise?
life?
She tries to tell you, but all it
Just
comes
prefer
out is
that
like,
sound.
"Ah."
I mean, I'm sure there's a market for that in some sort of metal band or something, but I don't know if this particular song is where it's most suited.
Joe's gonna
Oh.
start walking faster.
Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot you don't understand that.
We're trying again.
I roll again.
All right, yes. I'll let it pass. You were able to
Yeah,
dispel
this is enough messing with poor
magic.
Mao.
I mean, as fun as it is, you are able to dispel your magic properly this time, and Mao is able to. Oh, I dropped my thing. Mao is able to return to singing normally again.
Was
And
this you? You can't just mess with people like that. You know, they got rights. I think.
The
Do we still
Chosen
have
said
rights in
she
this
didn't
day and
like
age?
it.
I mean, this is a dystopia, so you never know.
The Chosen said she didn't like it.
What does the chosen like?
Cheese, I assume. Most people like cheese. Safe
I
bet.
do like I do like cheese, yes.
Hey, see,
But
there we go.
I was thinking like just not sing. I don't like a lot of noise.
Boy, did you pick the wrong building to live in.
Mao's like,
I know.
oh yeah, you know what? I'll sing quieter. And Mao's version of quieter is like whisper hissing. Like almost like, I don't know if you guys know the term, but whisper screamo. Kind of growling.
Oddly enough, Mare looks at Mount and goes, "Oh, that's much better." Like,
Excellent.
and is not being sarcastic. Like hissing and whispering, that's the stuff of nightmares. Mare's totally cool with that.
All right.
Do you guys stop at all in the city park? Or you're just beelining for the warehouse?
To play frisbee? What do you have us? What would you think we would do in the park? Just
I don't
stop
know,
for a picnic?
We're not
Admire
exactly the
the-
picnic type.
Yeah,
Admire
just
some dead ass trees.
play with
I
the
mean,
dogs
I'm
that
looking
I'm assuming are
longingly
not
at
there.
another stray dog that's pouncing around.
Oh, there are plenty of stray animals for you to longingly gaze at.
Conceal, don't feel.
If you, oh my god, if there's a cat like at the edge of the park, Mare might like step off of the walkway for just a moment to go like pet the cat, and then catch back up with everybody. But if it's like more than just a few steps away, then Mare just wave at it.
You would encounter a cat, and if you got any within like 2 yards of it, this cat is going to scream and run away from you. I mean, in that weird cat screaming way, not in the human screaming way. I feel it's important to delineate that.
The cat human screams.
Wow, that cat did not like you.
There's a whole lot of good lord right there.
The trick is to give him food.
Is there anywhere like on
Good
the
to
way
know.
that I know I could pick up stuff for art. I just don't want to leave people in the dark. I feel very responsible.
There's not really like a shop or anything. And there are more lived in buildings than there are not on the inside of the city. And you would likely either have to rebuild the parts all together from scratch or to steal one from another apartment complex.
Oh, guess that building's done.
And at
Maybe there's
so
like a junkyard.
Though I do have part of my haven for the expert is that I do have it is a workshop where I can repair like guns, cars, and gadgets.
perfect.
It can just take a while sometimes.
So that could be something that you work on over the next couple of sessions is putting back this the elements needed for this transistor for your apartment.
Listen, I broke it. I need to fix it.
That's fair. We will make that happen. So you guys passed the city, getting to kind of meet the stray animal life as you go. Not past the city park. And just to kind of give you snapshots of the city itself as you're walking through is a lot of the shop fronts have been closed down, windows broken or boarded up. You can see people huddled in other shopways where shops have been converted into housing. And everybody is shoulder to shoulder. And as you get closer and closer to this warehouse, the density of people begins to kind of compound. And you can hear shouting up towards the front of this where the warehouse doors would be, but you are now in a crowd of shoulder to shoulder humans, dirty, unshowered, angry, and you get the impression that this could very well lead to mob mentality. Like the emotional height of this is very aggressive and yelling. You can hear people shouting about food, calling whoever is up at the front of the door liars and deceivers, villains, travesties, and you get this is primarily over food.
This is not normal.
This is not normal. I mean, you get a little bit of like civil unrest in the city, like there's petty crime and stuff, but everybody's really united for the most part in being safe and being here and defending the city from what is beyond it.
Tom,
Yeah.
you want to see what's up?
I mean, it looks like a crowd.
Yeah. Yeah, all right.
It's pretty big, pretty hard to miss. They don't look happy, Joe. Think something's wrong.
No, very good, Tom.
You know, considering we're
You're
in line
doing
to
very
get food,
good.
I think it's something to do with the food. I think there might not be enough or something.
Do you want to check what's happening over there because you're incorporeal?
I mean, I guess I could do that. Hey, nobody needs to move aside because I can just walk through you. I know it's a little rude, but you know.
So, Tom, you make it up to the front of this crowd, awkwardly moving through people.
You dropped your pitchfork. I'm sorry.
People, for the most part, actually seem to be too angry to care about you, to even like really notice you, which is unusual because a lot of people do notice you. And
It's
the further,
chilling when I walk through people. Just,
Yes.
you know, to remind that that's not a fun experience.
their anger is enough heat to keep that chill at bay. And the closer you get to the front of the warehouse, the more aggression and almost like frothing unrest your experience. And at the front, you are able to see that the person that is considered the leader of this city is standing with a handful of other council members in front of these doors. the doors appear to be barred now, which is not something you and your time in this city have ever experienced. They have never barred off the doors for rations.
The heck is this? How are we supposed to get inside?
I mean, you can get inside just
Yeah, I
fine,
know.
but
I'm just like declaring my surprise and hoping that one of the NPCs around me is like, well, it's this.
so you declare your surprise, and people like vehemently respond, and they sling these words towards the mayor and the other people, and you get something along the lines of like, they're hiding the rest of the food from us. They have skimmed off the top all of these years. They've got private stores. There's no reason or way that we can be out of food. They're deceiving us. They're trying to kill us and leave us for dead, and like different conspiracy
That
theories
does sound like a
about this
politician.
are
I'm
popping
gonna
up.
take a close look at this mayor guy and see if he's well fed.
The mayor and the council members are just as haggard as the townspeople. I mean, they dress a little bit nicer, but their suits are frayed at the seams. Their nails are dirty. Their hands are calloused. They've got deep circles under their eyes. And you can see that they're almost more tired than the townspeople. And
Wow, a
the
good politician. This is
the
like,
mayor is
can clearly tell we're in a
attempting.
fantasy game. This is crazy.
This is good politics. The mayor has his hands up and he's trying to settle this mood, but you can also tell that the council people around him are agitated and frustrated that they're not able to get a handle on the crowd, and you can tell that they're right on the cusp of violence breaking out, and they can tell.
Right.
Is Mayor
Is
able to hear a lot of this that's being said now?
Yes. All of you are able, like, you guys may not be able to see the mayor and the people up at front unless you gain a vantage point. But you can hear these conspiracies and these complaints being echoed and waved over the crowd.
This does not sound good.
Can Mayor kind of just loom at the back of the crowd, and can I use weird to trigger the flight part of the fight or flight response in these people?
The
make
fight or flight? Flee?
Yeah,
Okay.
the
Just wanted to
flight
make
part.
sure. Okay.
Run
It's gonna
away!
be tricky because
Disperse!
they're in the other
I feel
mode.
like considering the world we live in, flight is probably the one people are more accustomed to anyway.
Right, but there's nothing to flee from.
Hey,
You can't run
Raven.
away from hunger.
I would like to remind you that Mare's manifestation of magic looks an awful lot like the eldritch horrors that lay outside the city.
Ah, okay. Like, that could work.
Yeah, there you go. That'll work.
Okay.
Mayor wants to tap into the lizard brain that makes them go, "Oh shit, I need to run away."
Do it. Roll for it.
All right.
And if you fail, you summon a puppy.
Nice.
Well, now I want a puppy.
Mayor,
I got 11.
would you like to tell us how your magic manifests successfully, spurring the flight of this crowd?
I have an important.
Yeah. Oh, what's
Sorry,
the
no.
question?
The question,
Joe,
like,
go on.
since I am standing next to Mare and have some level of familiarity, is it probably going to be evident to me that this is from Mare?
Mayor, do you warn anybody this is what you're going to do?
She doesn't say what she's gonna do, but she will probably look to Joe and Faye and just be like, "I got this," before moving forward.
So Joe,
like,
that would be up to you how you perceive I got this.
Okay. I guess we'll
Let
see
me-
what happens.
let me describe what the visual is. So, yeah, Mare just like summons this cloud of like dry ice fog, you know the way dry ice fog just is like heavy and sort of ripples out and flows. It's like that, but it's black instead of white. Um, and so that just sort of like forms a wall behind her, and she just floats forward, um, looking something like the Grim Reaper. Just dark shadows and this hooded figure, uh, floating ethereally towards the crowd. And ravens start calling um, and let's see. I don't want to mess with the lights because that's kind of important right now. Um, so I think instead it just gets cold, and just Mare in a very like ghostly voice is just like, "Get out, get out!"
I swear that's not me.
So it takes just a little bit of encouragement, but almost like a wave going through a stadium, your effect begins to take hold, and people, where at first they might have turned at you to be like, stop pushing, they realize what's going on and begin to backpedal and pinwheel and scramble to get out of it. And for all intents and purposes, you clear the crowd.
How is the mayor reacting? Is there any? I'm thinking I might want to possess him. Is there any moment where that's even remotely possible
So
without people seeing that?
The mayor and the councilmen literally are like ready to shit themselves, terrified. And even one of the councilmen breaks rank and sprints off. But to give you an idea of how resilient the mayor wants to protect the townspeople, the mayor stands his ground, while the other councilmen are trying to either break into the shop or are looking like they're ready to sprint off into the distance. You can tell that he is scared. It's not that he's fearless, it's that he is stupidly brave in the face of danger.
Oh,
Awesome.
Aw, Mayor.
feel bad about possessing him now.
You're good.
I
If
will.
if you want to possess him still, you're welcome
Absolutely.
to.
I mean, this guy can get us all the things.
It's
Oh,
true.
good. We're criminals now.
Oh no.
Yeah. Oh wow.
Paladin, this goes terribly, terribly wrong. How does it go terribly, terribly wrong?
I think I get the wrong person.
You get the
I
councilman
miss.
next to him.
Like someone like goes for the mayor or like tries to protect him. But it's someone terrible for me to be in. So
Okay, I'll make this work.
what would that be?
Tom, I have a quick question. When you possess people, do you get like a general semblance of their emotions?
Maybe. That
Like, do
seems
you get
legit.
a feel for their body or their lifestyle or elements about them at all?
Maybe the basics, just like a really general vibe.
So there is you rush forward to possess the mayor. There's a scuffle, and it appears that this person has thrown themselves in front of the mayor to protect them, wherein you are absorbed by their body. And the moment you possess this man, you realize this man had absolute ill intent towards the mayor, and that he was going to use this diversion to kill him and blame it on Mayor. And
Save the mayor.
You also know that there is something fishy about this person and the food, but you can't place your finger
How
on
is
it
he
more than
intending
that.
to murder the mayor? Like, do I have a knife? Like,
He has
what's up?
you possess the body as his hand was wrapping around a knife on his belt underneath his coat.
I pull out the knife and I'm like, huh. All right, this is a new one. And I'll turn around back to the crowd. I think I need some help.
Most of the crowd has dispersed, and really, it's just you guys that are left.
I
with that in
cannot
mind,
believe you are still here despite all this.
with that in mind, Mayor, we'll go back to normal, looking normal, and just look at the rest of the people here and be like, wow, you're all really stupid.
Now they're brave. Well, Your Honor, this is my friend Joe, and she's the best mechanic in this city. You should meet, chat. I'm sure she could solve all sorts of problems for you. Yeah? What's up?
No. I'm just gonna sit down. No.
Oh, yeah, possessed the guy.
Stop
I don't know
that.
who this is. Let me just get his wallet. We don't have wallets anymore. That's no point. So I don't know if anyone knows who this guy is, but he seems like a real douche nozzle.
Get out of
And
that
look,
body
he's
right
got
now.
this knife, and he was going to stab the mayor with it. So, maybe you should have this thing, Mr. Mayor, and I'll just hand him the knife.
The mayor looks like he has aged 10 years as he takes this knife from you and
Congrats
is
on
like,
not getting stabbed today.
he's just gonna turn to the other councilman and very awkwardly hand the knife to them. Look at Tom possessing this other councilman.
I also
Look at
think
the
this
rest
guy
of
has
you.
done something to this food. I don't know what's going on exactly. I get general vibe thing. I should get out of this guy. It's a little awkward.
Did you?
There we go.
The mayor immediately has the other council members that are left take custody of the man as you leave his body.
Oh, you're just gonna take my word for it, huh? That is awesome.
We're
That is some
going-
real trust in your
You're a
constituents, even
ghost!
though I can't legally vote.
We're
I'm dead.
going to investigate the issue, he says. And he clears his throat and he wipes his forehead. He's sweating bullets. He looks like he hasn't slept in a few days. And he looks at the rest of you and he says, "Are you lucid dreamers? That's where all of this woohoo comes from."
I prefer the term superhero, but yes, that term could also be applied.
Yeah, Mayor's cool in like an old school, dark 90s action hero kind of way. And that's an actual angel, apparently. And Joe's just a really cool human who builds stuff. And I'm dead. That's basically all there is to me. I
Okay.
can do this cool dance, though, and I'll just do a little jig. Ta-da!
The mayor is just like, I don't even know how to process this information right now.
Don't try. Don't think about it. Just none of it makes any logistical sense.
Type it up
We can-
on your ghost typewriter that I got here, and I'll pull out.
Don't worry. We can talk about setting up a red phone at where I live, so you can get direct a hold of me. We can talk about
Oh,
that
like
later.
Adam
Just
West. Excellent.
Adam West.
He was the first
Adam-
guy to have a red phone.
Okay.
Real class act, that one.
And she'll turn back to the mayor and just be like,
I can
okay.
send the carrier pigeon.
Say that
Hey,
one more
I
time.
just had a weird thought. We don't have food. She can summon animals out of thin air. Animals are food. Shlablam. I have solved the entire problem. You're welcome.
And Joe's just looking between Tom and Felier, like.
Yeah,
Right,
Faye's
what
eyes
was it,
go
Faye?
really dark,
That was
and
your
she
name?
looks really quite scary now.
All right. I know you're scary, but first, 50 cows. Let's go. Shabam. No? One cow. Let's go. Bam.
You are not the chosen one, spirit.
All right.
Mayor's just looking at this new dark look and just see, I like this look. This is good.
You're all insane. Or I'm insane, maybe.
The mayor's in
Okay,
the same boat with Joe. And the mayor takes this argument, the time for you guys to have this discussion, to pinch the bridge of his nose, take a couple deep breaths, and pull himself back together again. The man that had intentions to has been dragged off. Michael Wayne, there's not a truer statement made than that one.
We are all mad here.
We all float.
The mayor turns first to Tom, and realizing that he can see through Tom still, and that makes him somewhat uncomfortable, he turns to the most normal looking person, and that is Joe and Mao.
Mouse
Oh
here,
yeah,
right?
Mao's still here.
Mao's just been quietly
Why didn't
watching.
she run? That person is resilient.
Mao lives with Mare.
Yes,
Yeah,
Mao
Mal's
does
probably
live
used to
with her.
this.
Mao
Like,
also
more
has
dark
like an
fog,
entire
Mare,
story
really?
that we may or may not get into. We'll see.
We love Mao.
Mao is not unfamiliar with weird, dark, eldritch things. We'll just leave that at that. So the mayor has turned to both Joe and Mao's just like, I'm not qualified to be a part of this conversation, but I'll keep my lips shut for now. And the mayor says, yes, our inventory and our stats have been showing up short. We should have more food than we have. And here we are, and we're at the end of our rope. The city is going to eat itself by the end of the week if we cannot get more food.
How do we even get food?
Well, we had food stores when the other cities began to fall and people showed up with everything that they had, and we compiled it together. And for the last year or so, we've been okay, but we've been dwindling. We can't get any agriculture. Nothing will grow here. The strays are bare bones. Raising any kind of animal out here is impossible. And this has only been brought to, the severity of this has only been brought to my attention. We've been workshopping and trying to find a way, and we believe that the only way might be to go back into the black, into the darkness. But a lot of us do not have the abilities that lucid dreamers have. We can't pave the way for us to go safely. And a lot of people would rather lay down than go back into that madness that they came from. And
Well, that's understandable.
you can see he's making a split decision as he pauses. And he goes on to say, but we could use some clever lucid dreamers to see if there's a safer place for us or where we could get more food.
And you want us to find them.
I mean, I can't make you do anything.
Right,
But-
but you want us to go
It-
find some clever lucid dreamers who can head off into the dark death fog and go find you some food.
We could probably investigate the food thieves while we're looking for those people. That's a good idea.
The mayor's just kind of stops short and looks at Joe and looks at everybody else and, like, again, pitches the bridge of his nose. He says, no, I need you to go out there and find a way.
Bear just
You're
looks
the
at Bear.
only You're the
It's just-
only band of lucid dreamers I've seen.
We are
come
not a
together in
band.
this
We are
city.
totally a band now. It happened.
Now is
The
not
mayor declared us to be a band. So it has to be. Oh, that's as official as you get.
Bear
I
just
take
looks at the
some
bear and
runes
goes,
out of my pocket and I look at them.
What did you get
You
out
take
of
the
your pocket?
what out of your pocket?
Runes.
Runes. Okay.
I'll
So
take them out
rocks?
of my pocket and I look at them.
So I'm going to have you cast your runes in an oracle kind of manner, and we're going to, let me pull open your sheet because I can't remember. Do I have you roll for looking at your runes, or do we have that as part of your?
I've got some special runes, but I can roll for runes.
Okay,
Some guidance.
I am going to have you roll weird for me. And you'll get a little bit of something no matter on the roll. It's just oh yeah, look at that. Advanced success. The runes tell you in as matter of fact way, no cloak and dagger riddle bullshit, that sorry, I just got distracted by the chat there. ADHD its finest. So you cast these runes, and it tells you very clearly that this is the mission that you are supposed to be aiding with. It is saving the human populace that is part of your greater calling, and Mare is the one that's supposed to do that.
Okay. So I look at them, put them away, and I go, we must go. And I look at Mare. We must
Oh,
go.
good luck. This sounds like a perfect job for an angel and a superhero.
Yep.
Godspeed. We'll get you ship.
Mayor looks at the mayor right after he says, "No, I need you all to go," and it just goes, well, "Why didn't you just say that?" And then looks at me and goes, "Oh, okay. Well, apparently I'm a chosen one, which makes sense, frankly. And this is an angel, so apparently, and now you're giving us this quest. This all seems like a pretty normal origin story type deal. So yeah, that all makes sense. We should go." I mean, two of us is probably two people hardly makes a questing party. We
shall all
probably
go.
No.
Feed the whole city? That's a bit
No,
much for
like-
a secret mission.
No. Joe and the
roughly.
spirit.
That makes sense too, because we need like 4 to 6 people to have a proper quest.
I'm not risking Joe in all of that. She's
It's
gonna
in the
freaking die.
runes. It's meant to be.
I am never stepping foot in that place again. And then we
Again?
catch
Don't go in there. It's dark.
What did Joe do?
Joe's like, nah, maybe not.
I have some backstory things I have to discuss with Yes later.
Joe's just like, all right, I'm just gonna head out.
Well, guess I'll starve to death. Bye.
See you later, guys.
Just
Now
gonna go
it's
back
gonna-
home.
Good luck storming the castle.
Think it'll work.
During your conversation and organization, Mal got really quiet for a minute, and she kind of looks at Joe, and she kind of looks at Tom, and she sort of like does like this funny little side hustle over towards Tom, and she is like, Tom, you
Yeah?
should go with Joe to protect her.
Well, yeah, obviously.
Cool.
When did I get a guardian ghost? I didn't even
And then-
want this.
Mal saddles herself back towards Joe, and she's like, Joe, your only friend in the entire city is gonna go. You should definitely go with them and make sure they're okay.
I don't have friends anymore.
You're a jerk.
Yeah, well, maybe I just don't want to see more friends.
And like this understanding look,
I can't do it again.
this understanding look sort of crosses Mao's face, and for the first time you see her very serious, and she kind of reaches out, she puts a hand on your shoulder and gives you a little squeeze, and she says, well, either you can go and meet the darkness face to face, or you can wait for it to come and get you. Would you rather be caught standing or be caught with your back turned?
Way things are
We're
going.
gonna need a band name.
I'm just like,
I slowly walk towards Joe.
Oh
and I
God,
lean in,
no.
and I go, I'll protect you too. It is written, I will protect you.
I'm gonna bring my shotgun anyway.
that's fair.
Well, if Joe's going, I guess I'm going.
I
Mayor's
thought you were already going.
Mal like
I'm
cackles
gonna
and
go
does
with
this
you.
little dance.
I think I'm just gonna leave you here behind all on your own. It's not gonna work.
Because you're going. Oh.
Horace.
Mayor's just gonna awkwardly like loom over to Joe and like head pat very awkwardly, just like two pats and be like, there. It'll be fine.
I'm so good at empathy. It's like, goals in life to do that.
Joe's Bizarre Journey.
I love it. All of these band names in chat are great.
Joe's Bizarre Journey has to be the one, right?
Yeah, that sounds pretty great.
Yeah.
With that, however, we are going to go on a quick break. I feel like that's a pretty decent break moment before we come back and get into the next segment.
Absolutely. Yeah. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
I
in
wonder
about
if we're
10
a
minutes.
Journey cover band.
Oh my god.
Yes.
I love Journey.
Who does
I
that?
want to sing a certain Journey song now, but DMCA stuff. So just imagining that I'm singing a very popular Journey song. That can't be copyright struck. So with that, don't go anywhere. We'll be back in about 10 minutes. Be right back. And we're back. Sorry, that took a little bit longer than 10 minutes. That was my bad.
It was all our bad. We were
How dare
getting into
you?
a whole discussion.
It happens. All right. So you guys have accepted a quest from the mayor. Even Joe accepted, even though she seems very apprehensive about, as she has mentioned, going back to the darkness. So there's a little character backstory opportunities there. What would you guys like to do?
I turned back around. Hey, you know what? We weren't getting any rewards for this quest thing. If we go into that, what do we get?
The mayor looks at all of you kind of in one sweeping glance and settles his eyes kind of on you before deciding that he's going to respond to Joe. And he says, well, what do you guys all want?
Anything she wants, and I'm pointing to Mare.
A secret headquarters, like a bat cave, but not necessarily like bats.
You want a cave full of bats?
No, it's like
I can do that.
Oh God, no!
Tom, do you know what I'm talking about?
Of course. You want the secret bat cave with the bat pewter and all the little signs next to all the buttons that say what they do?
I just
Right?
like a little bat.
Bats are adorable, but I mean like a superhero like secret lair type thing.
Yeah, and the car that drives through the wall that then folds down.
Exactly.
Just want my workshop to be here when I get back.
I
Basically,
make
I
the
think she
bat
wants a
slightly
car.
bigger.
This is fine.
The mayor
Mayor
is
just looks at the
listening
mayor
to
like,
all of these.
just
But like, this
a
is what I
secret-
mean with the cows, right? You see that
a
bat?
secret
Why can't you just make cows for everybody? Problem solved. Like, we don't even need to go into that whole darkness business if she can just summon a cow. Or maybe it's that she's not the archangel of all animals. It's only like, you know, the little insignificant ones. Maybe you just can't make a cow because it's
Mayor
too
just
big
takes,
or
like,
complicated.
I saw hissing.
3 steps away from Tom.
Right? I saw hissing like a snake, and it's weird because I can't really see my lips move.
I
His
think she
legs
sprung a
shake, and I
leak.
saw the runes say we must go.
Right, but like maybe just a couple of cows to tide people over until we get back.
I snap my fingers. Do I roll for it?
No.
roll for cows.
You snap your fingers and what happens?
Do I roll for it, or do I just
No.
say?
I'm not going to make you roll for this one.
This massive, enraged bull is suddenly inside this building.
Oh yeah. See, that'll do it. That thing is fucking huge and it looks angry. Maybe
The
we
mayor
should, like,
looks
save that thing for
actively
later.
uncomfortable. And he says, I'm happy to help get you guys whatever is in my power to get you guys.
I want a recording contract.
Sure,
Yes.
he says.
My time to shine.
And
Radios don't even work anymore.
You'll fix that eventually. I have total faith.
What? This is not even on my list of things to do.
I mean, you'll
and
get to it.
your shop to be intact is what you want, correct?
Yeah. The building that it's in also needs its light source replaced. For no real reason.
We can handle it. The glowy, angry one that makes
Just don't think about it too much.
you don't want anything. And he glances back at this giant bull and is just like fixes his collar a little bit.
I
Good thing
just
you're a
need
politician
to
and you
complete
know how
my
to deal with bull.
mission.
Shush, Tom.
Is that dream stuff?
It's real.
Like, oh. Um,
Mayor just speaks up. Is like, just the secret layer, the like the red phone that you can get a hold on me, and we'll get like
yeah, we'll
an
figure
eagle
it
perch
out.
for my friend here.
Yeah, we'll work something out on that one too.
There's like fireman poles that you slide down, and while you're sliding down, it puts on your costume somehow. It's never explained.
Yeah, anything that's within my power, I'll figure it out for you guys.
Cool.
But before you all leave, real quick, uh, what am I supposed to do with the bowl? It looks awfully angry.
I mean,
And
when you're
I
hungry,
am
you kill it and eat it.
just a man.
Exactly. You hunt it and you kill it.
Okay,
Did
thanks.
you forget how to do that? Like, are there no more
there
barbecues
are-
anywhere?
I have people that can handle it for me.
There you go. Wait, are those
Uh,
people us? Is this like a side quest now that we
no.
gotta go
No,
on?
No.
we are not doing anything else.
I do deeply appreciate your generosity, Angel, Miss
Anyway,
Fillier. Yeah, thank you. Your generosity is outstanding. What an altruist. And he kind of just blinks, like you can tell he's very overwhelmed.
Hey, don't forget me. This was my plan the whole time.
Yes, and you're all our altruists. I appreciate every which one of you and
Yeah.
the hope that you bring to this city. There are 3 ways out of town. There are
Death.
the front door, there's the back door, and then there are tunnels that go into the earth. So they're kind of like sewer tunnels, but I think they're used for something that's not sewage.
But
Like, what else are they used for?
Where are we going?
What the heck are you putting in the sewers?
I mean, it's not attached to the. It's just like he's just like pinches the bridge of his nose. He said, and then he turns to Joe and he says, "Well, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter what direction you start with.
We're all gonna die.
Way ahead of you.
we should take the tunnels.
But the
Excellent. Let me
small
lead you to
enclosed spaces, what if you get stuck?
I
Like, can we
don't
just
get
walk out the
stuck.
front door?
I mean,
those
you
wings
got the
don't look so...
cooler stuck on your head earlier.
Ah, see, we got you there.
I
Boom.
Ah.
turn myself
into a
the
logic
greenhouse.
corner.
I mean, that would work.
I'm not
The
gonna.
non sewer tunnels sound good, Mr. Mayor.
the mayor kind of like gives you like a wave and starts off into the city. And you kind of go back the way that you came to where he was, and
Hold up,
he
are we
takes
going right now? Should we not like prepare and get a backpack
Oh,
and
he's-
then fill that backpack full of stuff?
he is gonna show you the door. You can do whatever you want after that. And he shows you like not the side that the chapel is on, but near the city park, there is a large manhole that has been propped open, and it drops you down. And he says that there is a metal door just below us that will take you into those tunnels that I mentioned.
And that's unlocked.
I mean, it should be. We haven't opened it in quite some time.
So why is it there?
Couldn't tell you. It was there when we first got to the city.
That's not suspicious at all.
And you never looked? You were never like, huh, wonder what this door's for?
Doors are kind of special. We're all a little leery of doors. And so when you find one mysteriously, you don't just open it.
Right. So why are we opening it instead of just walking like straight through the front
Because
door?
apparently we've chosen the tunnels.
I never like followed the logic of whatever. Fine. Let's
Because when
go
there's
to
a
the weird
secret
door.
tunnel, you have to investigate.
I
Do
can
you though?
provide you with any supplies that are not food based. You will receive the rations for the week, but I cannot give you anything more than that. But flashlights, tools, technology, anything that you need, I can provide you for.
Oh man, Joe, what do you think we need?
Well, I'm going to be grabbing some tools from my shop to keep
Uh-huh.
on my person in case we run into anything mechanical, and also anything I need to upkeep my guns.
Should probably bring the guns too.
No, yes, those are definitely coming also.
What about you, man?
I
You
don't
think
wanna
you
do
got any
this.
bright ideas about stuff we should take?
Mare just like reaches into a little pocket on her belt and hands the mayor a list.
Wow, you had that list prepared the whole time?
Which I'm currently typing out. But the first 3 items on it are grapple gun, smoke bombs, and shuriken.
All right, so you can send that
Can
to
you
me, and
get
I will
those?
tell you
Sure we
what
can.
the mayor is actually able to give you.
Okay.
What is all over my pants? Anyways,
Is it food?
it's not food. I have like this
Quick
weird
character.
amount of fiber all over my pants, like I was like chopping up like a cardboard box
Mini
or
wheats.
something. Something. I don't know.
One of these things.
Anyways,
God.
so you give your list to the mayor, and the mayor takes the list and looks it over and says, I will have everything taken care of. I can meet you back here within the hour if there's any other business that you need to wrap up. And he kind of turns on his heel, like, that might be all of it. That's all the rest of you guys need, right? And behind him is Mao, looking super awkward and just kind of like tilting from heel to heel, like, hey, I'm not gonna ask you, but
Are you a dreamer?
Mayor looks at you and gives you like finger guns.
That's a yes. But like we like you, and this seems like a really terrible idea for all of us to be doing. Are you sure you want to go ahead and join us and go in there?
Mao like puffs breath at her hair to like flip her hair back over her head, and she says, I got nothing better to do.
Like live?
Yeah. I'm gonna die here anyways. But it's your call. Like, I don't want to like encroach, on y'all's vibe. Like, y'all got something going on here, and I'm like, yeah.
Like, do
No?
we vote? If she
I
wants
don't-
to come, she can come. That's easy.
I can't-
that's easy for
I'm-
me.
I
It's
don't-
up to the chosen one.
Yeah, it's Mayor's decision.
On and off on Mare.
Sorry, I was just sending the list over. So the question is if Mao should be allowed to come with us.
Yes.
Mare just sighs and is like, Mao's not entirely useless in dangerous situations, I guess, but no loud singing.
And we
Okay,
don't
I'll-
really want to attract
I'll sing quiet.
stuff out. Mm.
She's like, I can sing in my head. I'm looking over this list. There's not a lot that I'm going to be able to give you, but I'll give you what I can.
Oh,
You
I'm
can
sure.
have this sharp stick. The mayor
Um,
will sharpen it himself.
I will let me grab that link and put it into chat so everybody can see this list that The
I'm
mayor has,
Hey,
has
hey,
given.
so
what if you put
excited.
the mayor's shiny chain on the list just as a goof?
You put okay. Okay. So you guys have approximately an hour before the mayor comes back with all of your stuff. What would you like to get done?
If the ball is still there in the hole,
There, yeah.
I go to the ball and I put my hands on his head. And I kind of pet it and I just go, thank you.
Oh, that's so sweet.
And I leave the ball there.
I have to go to my shop and get a couple things, I guess.
Okay. I love
Mayor-
that.
Mayor's just waiting expectantly for the items she's requested.
Okay.
I go around and say goodbye to everyone I know in town.
Okay. There's some people that are generally like, "Oh, are you gonna be back?"
Probably not. I'm assuming this is it.
Okay. Well, it was nice knowing you, Mr. Ghost.
Yeah, it's been a long life or unlife. I don't know how you want to, you know. Godspeed. And there's a bull in town now, which you're gonna eat. Hopefully, if you're first in line. Who knows?
Oh well. And then Joe, you go to your shop. Is there anything specifically that you pick up?
Probably like a couple Omni tool kind of things, like just general screwdriver useful tools.
Okay.
Your N7 armor. Gotcha.
My power armor. Just kidding. Both of my guns and my knife. Maybe like a piece of pipe.
All right. All right. So,
Bludgeoning.
anything not related to the tools you need for your trade, we're just going to assume you're going to take what you need.
Mhm.
Anything other than that, and other than weapons listed under your character sheet, just add that to your inventory.
Okay.
And then while you're at your shop, Mao grabs a backpack that seems to be way too small for going on a possibly life-ending journey, but it's packed to the brim, and with what you're not certain.
I'll have my own
Is
knapsack.
that all you want to bring there, Mao? Or you don't want to bring like I don't know, a sleeping bag?
Please let it be
Mal-
like a little kitty backpack.
It is. It's like one of those dumb little plastic, like children backpacks. It's hot, fluorescent pink. And it has like the little kitty ears, and the cat ears can be clipped out and exchanged for rabbit ears. Mao is wearing her backpack backwards, and she just paddles the backpack like somebody might rub a belly, and she just says everything I need's right here.
Hey.
Ah, that's your thing, huh?
Yeah.
Like a magic backpack.
No.
Map.
Where's the map? Where's the map? Where? I don't
Yeah,
know
that
the
was my
songs.
reference. Thank you.
Yeah, I followed.
Backpack.
That's it. And Mao will kind of just like stick to you as you guys make it back to the manhole.
Some rope.
The mayor is there with your items, all like appropriately settled out for who requested what in different bags. So you can either condense or take those. We'll just theater of the mind. He'll figure it out. Tell me what you do. Let me pull that list up. The mayor is not able to get everything in
Shocking.
that list. You are given, however, a bola, a grappling hook, smoke pellets.
We have that?
And taser.
Nice.
Now, the taser actually working is very questionable. But you know what? He gives it to you anyways.
Okay. Yeah, Mayor's just looking at this like, I think you
That's a
forgot
lot
like
of stuff.
that the napalm gel is just were you out of that or?
like
Yeah.
Hair gel brand?
The mayor's just like, yeah, we were out of most of the stuff that we have on your list. I do have some hairspray though. Would that work?
I mean,
And Mal's like,
yes,
I
good
want
most of the time,
hairspray.
so- Do you even have hair under there?
No, I don't. Mal does not have hairspray or hair at all. She is bald.
Mayor will take the hairspray.
Okay. He may add hairspray again. And that's
and we'll try to find a lighter before we leave. Can she find a lighter?
yes.
Sweet.
Anything else that was generally asked for was given. Joe, you had a question?
No.
Okay.
I have one more comment before we head out.
Go for it.
Well, Mr. Mayor, we're about to head out to this dark thing now, and I just want you to know that when people ask about the bull and where it came from, and that you sent the person who can make an infinite amount of like bulls to their death through this door, I want you to just tell them it was my idea, okay? I will take the fall for that. You know, when they ask where the goose that laid the golden eggs went, I killed her, all right? No, you don't have to take that bullet.
The mayor just nods, like, yeah, I will probably do that, but thank you.
All right, good. I got you, buddy. All right, let's go, everybody.
So there is a very rusty, gross ladder that leads you down into the muck and the mire. And true to what the mayor said, there is a ironwood door, like wood being the strange part of it, that is set into the beginning of this tunnel. And this door does not look like it belongs, and that's your first tip off that this probably is exactly where you need to go if you were going to take a subterranean route.
Huh. You know, somehow I thought something would happen that would prevent us from going through this thing. 'Cause this starting to feel very real, you guys. Should we really be going here? This seems like a bad idea all of a sudden.
Do you want to go back? We can leave.
Yeah, I mean, we
It's not
have
too-
rope. What are we gonna do with rope when we're in the freaking darkness?
We must go.
All right, you mentioned. Why? No, exactly.
Mayor
Why?
just looks at Tom and goes, the city needs us.
All right.
Uh,
Good old Detroit.
I'm not opening. I'm not touching that thing.
Okay, who would like to open the door?
Mayor will
I'll
open
You're
it.
not it.
Or
Wow,
Mayor
you're
and Faye
up.
could open it together. That would be great.
Okay. The door is, rather than it being a doorknob, the door has a latch on it, and you both will need to pull on it. Or is there anything that you do before opening it? You check it out. I'm gonna make this so much more important than it is because I want to see what y'all do.
Mayor might like feel the door first to tell if it's like really cold or really hot and kind of get some idea of like what it's like on the other side of it.
It is
Yeah.
room temperature, and so
Right.
is the doorknob.
Do I sense anything?
You can sense the animals in the earth, like moles and rats and other kind of creatures that might be digging around, but you do not get a sense from the door. Like there's nothing particularly supernatural about it.
Can I tell if it's an evil door?
No, you can't tell if it's an evil door.
It's
Okay.
an evil door.
What is the alignment of the door?
Is
You know
it
what? I
related at all
asked-
to the evil gazebo?
I
We use fire
asked,
magic.
and y'all delivered.
The alignment is skewed.
No, I mean soon the alignment will be ajar.
Yeah, nice.
Well played.
So you guys go to pull on this door, and it gives you a little bit of resistance at first. but almost like a massive animal breathing out, it manages to open. And on the other side of this door is more dirt tunnels.
You know, I expected there to be something other than the same behind her. You know, like, I mean,
I
I'm
feel like
not sure
this-
what I was expecting, but it's not just a tunnel.
I feel like the door is very like out of place, and like it's very important looking, and then it's just anticlimactic when you open it.
Maybe like the way you and I can do stuff. Maybe someone can make doors and was just like, ha, I'm just going to put a door here. Just for fun.
that yeah, it might have just been a I'm gonna mess with people that come down this tunnel later kind of
Yeah.
a thing. Yeah,
That's probably it.
we should go.
Yeah, we can just hang out in this tunnel for a bit, and then we can come back,
Yes.
get our rewards from the mayor, and be like, well, we tried.
That would be very dishonest.
No, we must complete. We must complete our mission.
What even
Fine.
is our mission? What are we doing?
I think we're looking for food.
Food and safe place for humanity.
Well, this tunnel
One or
looks
the
pretty
other,
safe.
or both.
I did say it's statistically improbable that we are the only city remaining, so
I mean,
stats
Vegas is
are on
probably
our
pretty
side.
Still standing. Come on, we're in a place of where darkness is the enemy. Obviously, the city of lights, which is Vegas, would still be standing, right? It only makes sense. So we would.
So
gotta
we're going to
go
Vegas?
that way. Vegas, baby, here we come.
So you pass through the door, and each one of you experiences, you know, that sensation where you're in a dark room and just kind of like that shift in energy that gives you goosebumps for no particular reason.
Yeah,
Like maybe something's watching you, kind of sensation. That happens as you cross the threshold. Now, the location itself doesn't change very much, and you find yourself walking for an absurd amount of time. And you can't really tell if you've got uphill or downhill or left or right, or if anything at all is even curved. So as you're walking, you kind of come to this realization that like nothing's changed. What do you do with that?
Boy, this is a long tunnel that they dug.
it really is.
Can I do my move, which is Boss from Beyond,
Yes.
going the right way?
You can actually go to your character sheet and click to roll that specifically if you'd like.
Yes, I shall. So to everyone else, it looks like my eyes go white, like they just disappear. And I go a little bit more. Here we go.
I think the angel is.
No.
Oh, this is going to be great.
All right. All right. While I decide what the cost for your information is, can I have you ask something from Investigate a Mystery for me? Actually, you can just essentially ask any question related to your situation. Those don't always pertain to what we're doing.
So, I guess I just ask what is the right way to go. You know what I mean?
Are we like in a straight
Not too
tunnel?
vague.
Isn't there only one way to go?
It's either front or back. As you do this, your eyes go white, and you haven't really heard the voice of your god before, and this is something that is no different. But what does happen is a gust of wind blows through the tunnel, ruffling everybody's clothing. And the dirt to your left begins to crumble and there is a square, like an additional smaller tunnel that is revealed when the dirt crumbles, and it's big enough that you can crawl through, but not big enough that you can stand and walk to go through. And then this wind that blew through the tunnel kind of relaxes, and there is a light that is emanating from inside this new tunnel that you have been given.
Okay. And I mark experience, right? Do I know
Yes, please.
a little-
We must learn from our mistakes.
Yes, definitely mark experience. You are given this heavy sensation, and when in the past where you have used something like this and called upon your god, you will know when the need arises to fulfill your bargain for that information.
Okay.
It will occur to you when the time is right.
Okay. So I'm
And
guessing
then dibs out
let
as
me know.
sacrifice.
Yeah, we will return to this, and I will make it clear what is what.
Well,
Do you choose to go through this new tunnel?
yeah, I'll say this way, and I'll turn myself into like a really, really big rat and go through it.
And
Like
then
a
there were
small
three.
dog-sized rat, massive.
Yeah, rats of unusual size.
I was about to say RRUSs.
should've-
I don't think they exist.
Should have worn my ROUS shirt.
The fact that you
Uh,
have one is amazing. I appreciate that.
It's wonderful. I guess because there's light down there, that seems like a good way to go.
Do like
Joe
light.
is just a moth.
Follow the light. Follow the light.
Mare is
Can you fit
annoyed
down there?
at having to crawl through this tunnel, but otherwise just silently goes through.
I'll follow Mare.
I make sure that Joe can actually fit through there, and then I'll follow.
You implying something?
Mare will
It was
look-
described as a small tunnel that we need to crawl through. That's small.
So
Mare will look back to make sure Mal's coming along as well.
yeah, Mouse following, chipper as ever. She's just like, secret tunnel.
Oh god.
Mao is a healthy source of memes for everybody's day.
Yep.
It wouldn't
So-
be fun if the entire journey was just us crawling through on our hands and knees, just
Wouldn't
like
that
for hours
suck?
and days and weeks on end. Wouldn't that be fun?
So much great.
Sounds like a good
No.
way to go crazy.
Mal's like, I don't mind it. Faye, since you are leading the group of people, you are the first to see that your hallway is turning from like a dirt nook to almost like steel plating. And
for the
you
old knees.
encounter a grate, like an air conditioning vent grate. The metal isn't of particular heaviness, and appears to be gold. The source of light is coming from the other end. What do you do with this grate that is now barring your way?
Sounds like that would
I'll
be really
turn-
grating. It's barring our way.
I'll turn back into humanish, sans wings. And I'm gonna try and pull the grate.
The grate
It
doesn't
has like a thingy. I'm gonna try and pull it off.
the grate doesn't give you any kind of resistance. It almost pops off, and you can tell as you kind of let it sit to the whether you drop it or set it down, that it's really mostly for ornate purposes. It's a fine filigree gold, and you recognize that it matches the rest of the room as you pull yourself out into it. You are standing, the rest of you as you follow are standing in a ornate, almost cathedral ceilinged tower. The tower is circular in shape and has massive bookshelves rising up out along the walls, and there are books that are packed into every inch, and in the middle there is a desk, several books stacked on top, open, notes written, strewn about, and among other objects that you might find in there is a bunch of silly alchemist looking things, jars full of substances, little tiny spoons and forks that are dipped halfway into powders and things like that. And there are symbols of arcane magic that both Felier and Mare would recognize as being like primarily arcanist based. There is a single small spiral staircase that raises up into the top of this tower, and there are no lights at the top of this tower. Everything climbs and disappears into a shroud of darkness. Yay! Riley raided us!
Welcome in, Raiders. Thanks for coming with a party of 9. Thank you so much. Hope you had a good stream.
Yay!
I'm like, oh boy, books. This is the
Yeah.
find of the century. You know how long I've been waiting for new books? I've been rereading all the old books for like ages now. I haven't read this one or that one.
Is this the church in the town?
God, I hope not. Have you ever read the Bible? It's so long.
It does
It's
not
quite long.
have the same, and this is for Faye specifically, this place does not have the same presence that the chapel did. You do not feel that heavy sensation of grief.
So there's stairs going up into darkness.
Correct.
Okay. Well, I look up and I go, this way.
We're not gonna
We haven't
check.
even touched the books yet. Oh, looked at this desk. There's stuff in desks.
Mayor's
There
gonna.
might be food. We're looking for food, right? There could be food in this desk. Who knows?
Who would keep food in it? Okay, you know what? Sure.
Everybody, right?
Mayor is gonna
Hey,
inspect this.
I bet you one gold-plated grate that someone kept a flask in there. You know, there's got to be some booze. There's
I
usually
could use
booze
a
in desks.
drink.
There we go. All right.
Is there something I can roll to investigate this room more closely and see if I can learn its secrets?
Yes. You may roll sharp for me or weird. You could do one or the other. You'll get different information regarding either of them.
It's the same roll for either. And I think Mayor is in like sleuth mode, so I'm gonna go with sharp. That's an 8.
Excellent. So, as you're looking around, and there is a fine layer of dust on everything. Not a thick layer of dust, however. You can deduce that this is likely a scholar's office. There are no windows in this area, and you cannot tell what or where you are. But as you're kind of looking around, you do see that there are scuff marks on the floor in front of one of the bookshelves.
Mayor's just gonna start like pulling all of the books out.
Hey, be careful with those.
I mean,
They're valuable.
carefully, but clearly looking for like a which one of these books do I have to pull for the secret passage? Yeah.
Felier, during this time, do you continue up the stairs regardless?
No, I'll wait. I would have just gone this is the way
Okay.
we need to go. But
All
can
right.
I have a look at the arcane stuff? See if I recognize anything.
Yeah, I can have you roll sharp or weird, whichever you prefer. The information changes depending.
I shall roll sharp because I've not rolled that yet.
Excellent. Joe and Tom, what are you
Oh,
doing?
great.
Is that more
I'm nervously
experience?
standing next to Mare
Yes,
as
it
she displays all the
is.
books.
And Mary is like carefully setting the books aside specifically for Tom to like see the covers and everything.
Yeah, I'm looking through all
Cool.
those books. See if
And
there's
Joe?
anything.
I guess I'll, because you said is like the arcane stuff with the desk, or is the desk separate?
The arcane stuff is all over the room. The desk has specific books that have been opened up on it with several piles and piles of notes.
I will rifle through some notes.
All right. Can I also have you roll sharp, Joe?
Yes, you may.
Mayor, as you're pulling these books out of the shelf, you realize that like there is no back to this shelf. And as you begin removing large spaces of books, the back of the shelf, or what you thought was the back of the shelf, starts to glitter and shine in the light of the room.
Interesting.
What, did you find a book you like?
So I think Mary will just like point that out to Tom and just be like, the back of the shelf is really weird. It's like sparkly and not there.
I thought it was
Fellier,
just a gold-plated wall.
Mhm.
Is it magical?
unfortunately, you are not able to deduce what kind of arcanus you are looking at. It doesn't really make a lot of sense. It's kind of like gibberish to you. Joe, as you're looking through, sorry to interrupt you too. Joe, as you're looking through the notes on the desk, you find one particular page with a sum of notes on it that has been heavily marked. And it seems to be accompanied in the same manner with diagrams that are very mechanical in nature.
My favorite.
The text on the first page that kind of prefaces the diagrams almost reads like a fable or a myth. We're going to go back to Mare and Tom real quick.
Okay.
So, what do you do with this?
So what is the back of the wall? Is it just gold-plated?
Um,
Is it a
it's
magical aura? What?
you get the impression that it's not like this thing behind the bookshelf might not be just a wall. It seems far too decorative and ornate, and the more books you remove from the shelf, you realize that there's a seam going down the center, and that this might be an additional door.
Okay. Since pulling a lot of the books out hasn't resulted in, the bookshelf swinging away and, the secret entrance thing, Mayor's just gonna move the bookshelf, just like pull it out of the way and to inspect this wall a little closer.
Almost
took
like
out all
it
those
had
books, huh?
tracks. The bookshelf shifts immediately forward towards the desk, and it moves effortlessly. And behind it, there is a beautiful gold and gold filigree door, and the door has markings of foxes and snakes running through a wooded area.
Mayor's gonna look at Faye and go, I think this is yours. It's got animals on it. I think this is a you thing.
Probably.
Do
But
you
if
know
there's
anything
like a
about
bunch of
this?
foxes and snakes behind there, we just found our food supply. Ha! Day one of our quest, and we win.
Joe, While Mare is asking Felier these questions and you're poring over these mechanical notes, you begin, like, you look at this door and you look at these mechanical notes, and it almost starts clicking that these are immediately relatable.
Yo, uh, I think this is connected to that.
What, to the door?
I found these notes.
All right, what did the note say?
That's a question.
Did you read the notes?
I'm reading them.
So, right before we get into the meat of the notes, Felier, what are you doing with this door and this information here?
So it's got like animal pictures on it.
Yes,
Right.
it very distinctly has two, and upon further investigation, only 3 animals that are depicted in the mural that is sculpted into this door out of gold. There are foxes and snakes running through the woods, and in the trees, watching carefully, are ravens. Something about this feels strange and familiar, almost like you've forgotten something, and it might be useful here.
Okay. I want to try something weird.
All right.
Can I change parts of my body so the snake on my arm becomes alive, and then I pluck out one of my feathers. It's a raven feather. One of my paws becomes a fox paw. I press them against.
Chimera.
So you very delicately do this, and as you put your hands on the door, you feel the thrill of weird responding to you, but the door does not change. The door, nothing happens with the door. Now, Joe, you've pored over this fable, and for some reason this fable doesn't make any sense to you. However, I would assume that you read this fable out loud, that is so highlighted in the notes for the others, correct?
Yes.
The fable goes as such. The world was once darkness. The world did not start with gods, and the world will not end with gods. Man spoke their first words, and then, and only then, were the first gods created. Man's first word was me, and from that came the first God. Man's second word was you, and man's third word was they. And from those 3 words, the first gods made out to be born. There's
the
Last
Zoom
word.
froze
Made out to be.
for a second. What was
Sorry.
the last part?
The observers were born. Now there's an ellipses that segments this from the next part. And there are 2 additional parts to this. Do you read all 3 of them out loud, or do you just read the first part?
I guess we'll take it one at a time.
Yeah, I don't think I've heard this story before. I wonder if any of these books is about it. I'll just do a quick investigation of all the books I've seen, if there's any related books.
Can I have you roll sharp, Tom?
I'm doing something useful, everybody. Don't get used to it.
So after that's
Sharp
happened
was, yeah.
to me and I can't open the wall, I'll just say, I don't think I can open this. And then I kind of look at the alive humans in the room pointedly.
All right. While after Faye does that, and while Tom's looking for the books, Mare just sort of is quiet for a second and goes, "You realize what this means? This word I'm looking for. moral tale, whatever it is.
Able?
Fable. There we go.
People's first thought is of themselves.
Well,
Is
that,
is
but
is
also
the
that
moral?
that humans were first non-binary. The only pronoun is they.
Right?
I didn't even realize that when I wrote these.
I thought it was just me, you, bunch of people. But you
It
know,
could be
that
that
works
too,
too.
I suppose.
I'm here for it.
I mean, stuff
so-
like that's complicated. So
So let's-
Tom, sorry.
Mm.
Tom, you only fought. So there's several bookcases. You've only pulled apart one of these bookcases, and among those books, you find a singular book on it that has the letters "we" in the title, outlined in gold.
huh. You think this is something to do with it? Look, it's got "we" in the title. I know some of the other books have "we" in the title, but they don't have this fancy lettering thing. So maybe this means something.
What is the rest of the fable about?
The fable goes on to describe the rest of the gods, or what happens next as it is. And it says something along the lines of, but singular words were never enough for man, and man began telling stories. As they met with others, they waged war and fell in love. And these stories began to manifest the gods that we know now, the gods that come together that we have worshipped as man. And then there's an ellipses again. And finally it says, but the end of gods comes with the end of stories, and gods cannot breathe when stories are no longer told of them. And with this, we snuff out the light that holds our world together, and the darkness will brew and brew and brew until there is only a swirling void left in its wake.
Felier says it means you came before us.
Right.
You made
Doesn't
us.
that also mean that we can exist without gods? Because we showed up first, and then we were like, you know what? Let's make some gods. And then we were like, you know what? We've had enough of these gods. And then we disappeared them, and then everything fell to shit.
Wait.
You needed
does-
us. You
Does
made
this
us.
mean? Does this mean the egg came before the chicken? Then, does
I'm
this answer
pretty
that
sure
question?
it's just a story.
I mean, that could be
Oh.
true. We got a lot of
What
books.
is-
They all have stories.
What does your wee book say about this?
Dear we beloved. We can't.
The book itself has about the same theme as the rest of the room, and the contents of it doesn't actually sound particularly important. Can I? So you? Sorry. Damn it! Stuttering is hard.
No
You're
worries.
Great.
I'm so sorry. So I mispronounced the first book that you found says me. So the words that you are looking for are me, you, and they.
And we found
It's
you.
a puzzle.
I love puzzle.
Sorry.
Mare and I both are very excited now.
Okay.
Do I find the others as well?
Do you look among the other books, correct?
Yes.
You do eventually find them.
Hey, I got a collection.
The
The
books
backpack.
the books itself are fairly unremarkable, but they are the only ones that you find in the room that have the gold lettering. Can I have Tom, are you the only one handling the book, or is anybody else helping you?
I think
Uh,
I'll hand them
books.
over to Joe. 'Cause she's
Why
the
are
one
you giving these to me?
You're the one with the reading the diagram thing, the fable.
Mare was helping to try to find the books, but other than that, she's just handing it off to whoever. Yeah.
Okay. So Joe, you take these books. What do you do with them?
I'll give them to Joe. I mean, I'll look in them, but you told me
Is
there was
there- is
nothing
there
interesting
anything-
inside, so I'm just like,
Is there anything in the diagrams indicating that we need these to work mechanically?
So the diagrams allude that there is a certain key that can be inserted into a part of the door that create or triggers the first locking mechanism, is kind of what you've gleaned from these notes. But it does not have information of why the books and the key correlate.
Can I like rip the me part off the book?
whoa, you're gonna ruin the book?
Yes, in
Art
fact, you
destruction is
can.
oh man, oh boy.
But you find as you start kind of like moving with the spine almost dislocates that word, and you are left with a tile in your hand.
Well, I hope you're happy.
I am. Mayor, you want to? Can this interact with their door?
I'll give it a try.
Like,
Mare
hand
will
it over
reach
to
out
you.
for the tile, and
Wait,
Mare
did we
just
get
starts
the
looking
right
for
one?
like.
Is it the first one?
Me's first.
Right. Okay.
Mayor, can I have you roll sharp for me?
Sure.
Go team.
Yeah.
Oh,
And me first, I guess.
You know, this is the first puzzle game I've ever done in
Hey,
a role play before, or in a
I'm
tabletop
loving it.
game. I'm glad.
I
I worked
adore
really
puzzles.
hard on this puzzle.
This is fantastic.
Just you wait.
I think we almost walked past it, just went upstairs.
Oh, wouldn't that be a
Monsters
thing
up
for us to
here.
do as players?
I mean, you'd encounter it in some different manner or another, DM secrets. So you, as you're looking around, you realize that there is this really beautiful ornate paneling along both sides of the door, almost like Moroccan tiles that have been added. And you make the correlation that these Moroccan tiles and these tiles from the book are about the same size. And as you're kind of going around and looking at these, you realize that there are 3 points, one on one side of the door and 2 on the other side of the door, that are missing.
All the books that we've seen are like in a there's a word for it, but like a English format where it's reading left to right, correct?
Correct.
Then Mare will start with the leftmost spot.
And you
And-
do it in order that the story left?
Yeah, so she'll put me in the left spot, or the what she assumes is the first spot.
Okay. So you go through and you've got these 3 tiles, and you put the last tile into the door, and much to Joe's delight, you hear the sudden ka-chunk of machinery kicking into action. You can hear gears moving and twisting, and the beautiful filigree of the foxes and the snakes in the garden begin to pull apart, almost like moving pieces. And you watch as the snake moves down one side of the door and the fox moves down the other side of the door, and the door then opens into a second room.
So beautiful.
I
Right.
will let you know that there
This
is
is
an
Yasmin's special gift as a GM to do these kinds of descriptions.
Thanks. I appreciate
It's
that so
true.
much.
very
I
true.
will, before we disconnect for the day, I will let you know that there's a second door in the second room.
Right behind the first door, you're like, oh,
Just immediately.
There,
just a brick wall.
it's just that you see that there is an additional room that you can go in, and this room has almost absolutely no dust in it. It has not been opened for a very long time. And that is where I'll leave you off for this week.
Joe's
Um,
starting to think maybe this
having
wasn't
so
such a
much
bad
fun.
thing.
Mare will say one thing before we go. Mare will just look at the door as it opens and just looks at everybody else and goes, definitely gonna need one of these for my lair.
Nice piston door.
Yeah, that was fantastic.
Yeah.
So
this was super
glad. Thank
Yeah.
you, everybody, for letting me DM your game, and I'm really excited
Hell
to
yeah.
explore this world with you, and for our audience for sticking around as long as they have.
Yeah, thanks everybody.
We love the
Yeah.
audience.
Yes,
Absolutely.
you guys do us so good.
We're gonna go on a raid here in a moment, but before we do, let's
Did
let
we
everybody talk.
save Michael's great suggestion for the band name? Because I don't remember.
Oh, did we pick one?
We haven't
I don't-
picked one yet.
I scrolled up.
There's so
it was
many good
Joe
ones, though.
Bizarre's Journey. That's gotta
Yes.
be the one. I know that was like the second one that they could threw out.
That was
We
our
should,
favorite.
I love that one.
We should do that as the raid cry too.
Okay.
Um,
Joe's
and
Bizarre
then-
Journey.
yeah, and we're gonna let everybody talk about what their favorite part was, where we can find them next, and anything else they'd like to share or promote. And let's start with Yaz. What was your favorite part? Where can we find you? And anything else you want to promote?
Hey, my favorite part is honestly getting to open this world up for you guys. I'm a sucker, can't help it, for storytelling, and you guys are to die listening to you role play, and you give such an interesting, upbeat, lighthearted air to this terribly serious story I have, and it's great. So that's my favorite part this time. I was trying to find the link for the tweet that I needed, but whatevs. We'll do my art shop. I'm a visual storyteller. You can find me here next week on Wednesday, or sometimes I randomly try and stream. I'm really awful at consistency, under Bodelia here on Twitch. And yeah, that's really it. You can check out my art on my shop, which I will place here in chat, if anybody's interested in that kind of thing. Anyways, yeah, that's me.
Fantastic. Next we've got Hannah. What was your favorite part? Where can we find you? And anything else you'd like to share?
I really enjoyed when Tom came to find me and I was curled up in the fetal position on the roof. Because that's just how Joe feels throughout this whole thing. My username that's on the overlay is my username on basically everything. Not that I do much on the internet, but you guys can find me Saturdays as well as this Friday game, also at noon MST or MT Mountain Time, where I'm playing Elizabeth in the Time Travelers game.
It's also a fantastic one. Definitely check that out.
She's very different from Joe.
Yeah. And then next we've got Anina. What was your favorite part? Where can we find you? Anything else you'd like to share?
Well, I love playing my character, and I love it when it goes wrong, when the sort of ethereal stuff goes horribly wrong, and I'm stood there with a cooler on my head. And yeah, you guys are great to riff off of, and I'm having a lot of fun. So as I said earlier, I have a YouTube channel. If you go on YouTube and you type in The Awkward Actress, you can find me there. I've got comedy, I've got storytime videos, and I've also got some dark drama there as well. So have a look. And you can find me on Twitter as well. It's here. I hope I'm pointing in the right place. Here.
Yeah, all of our
Yeah.
Twitter names are right below us on the overlay.
Yeah.
The internet, and the internet is all around you.
Yeah. I mean, if you type my name right, I've got a very rare name, so you should be able to find me.
Fantastic. Next we've got Paladin. What was your favorite part? Where can we find you? All that good stuff.
I've got so many. I think I'm also going to pick the fetal position moment. That was a real honest bit of emotion, and I really liked it. That's just especially when like this character is super goofy, but he genuinely cares about Joe. So then I get to switch gears a little, and I like that I've got this other thing to do in the story. I don't just have to make jokes. I can also do some actual emotional stuff, and that was a great setup to have you just give up because you broke it. So real, so relatable, right? I would do the same thing, and I like that I could just turn it into like you fix things. That's what you do. That's
Mm.
such great advice for a mechanic, right? Things are never too broken for you to fix because you can just build it anew. And I think
That's really cool.
we're gonna continue on that same train. But a close second was the just the murder vibes I got from Anina for just making a bunch of cows. There we go.
Just do it.
That's how things are done.
What quest? Just poof.
I
was
also
great.
really loved Anita's angry vibes, or
Right?
Felier's
So
angry
good.
vibes.
Got that peak intimidate energy.
Yes,
Mhm.
his choice.
Yeah, I kind of want to see that in real life because that's gotta be some good stuff.
It's the finish in me.
Yeah,
Don't want to see
Yeah.
angry finish. In me.
I bring that sort of disapproval out in people, so I'm sure I'd see it quite a bit.
We've got Viking vibes, okay? Don't piss us off.
And what about you, Raven?
Well, where can we find you next, Paladin?
Oh, right. I'm supposed to plug myself. I'm
Yeah, and
I'm
anything
not a
else you want to plug?
professional. Right, yeah. No. We're on Friday, so Sundays you can find me over on Uncanny Adventures, where I play Holt, the pirate paladin who tries to make friends with all the evil pirates. And, well, we're on an island now, and we're stomping through the swamp, and it's dirty. We almost died. We encountered a bunch of ghouls, and we just immediately ran away, as you should from encountering scary monsters. We're having second thoughts about this whole adventure. Come join us. And Tuesdays, I am over on, where am I? Rain, why don't you work? Polished
it.
Cryptids channel, where I play Dom Rain, the Githzerai noble fighter, where we explore a strange world where we've been teleported to, but we've encountered a new group of civilized people. Are they the original inhabitants? We don't know. Tune in.
That's really cool.
Now we
Um,
move over to Raven.
Okay. Favorite parts. I'm gonna have to pick one for everybody because there's just too many cool things that happen. So for Yaz, the puzzle was amazing. The whole session was amazing, but I really enjoyed the puzzle. And all of the amazing descriptions as always. For Joe, yeah, probably the fetal position thing too. Like that was such a great moment. I really enjoyed Faye's the angry face Faye at Tom was just great. But also Anina, just how you played off the failures was just fantastic. I absolutely loved it. And then all of the jokes with Tom, especially the councilman that was wanting to stab the mayor. Yeah, just like just I guess I'll hand the knife to you. That whole thing was just great. I love
Yeah.
that whole scene.
I love that I don't
Um,
have to hold back because normally I have all of those ideas going in my head and I can't do anything with them because I'm playing a character who would never say that and never do that. But now I can just go nuts. This
That's
was a good
great.
choice.
Yeah. And then just how all of you made Mare react to things. Mare is so confused right now, but is just kind of going with all of it.
Yeah, I think once we get to the more spooky danger stuff, she'll get into her own.
Yeah, Mare's definitely more comfortable with the action. I'm gonna terrify everything that's bad. Mood.
And it's coming, guys. It's coming.
Yep.
Foxes and snakes, scary.
So many regrets.
Regrets.
Where you can find me next in about 3 hours, I'll be back for our session 0 of Mouth of the Beast Below, which is a Zweihander game. Pretty excited about that. Leland is going to be jamming that one, and we've had a lot of discussion and things, and some character choices made just in Discord. But we're going to be, um, excuse me, the way Zweihander works, you have the option to do random rolls for a lot of different character traits during character creation. So we're going to be doing that, and we're sort of doing like we're going to randomly roll for various things unless we really hate what we got, and then we'll maybe roll again or pick something. But it's going to be largely randomized, like what our characters start out as, I guess you could say. And it's supposed to be like a sort of nautical horror game, so I'm excited about it. It's gonna be fun. Um, so that's in 3 hours, and then tomorrow at noon we've got Time Travelers. That's Mountain Time, which is another fantastic Monster of the Week game. And then at 6 p.m. Mountain Time tomorrow we've got Animus Absentus again. So that's everything that's coming up. Stuff to promote our sponsors: Grinding Coffee Company, Fundamental RPG, and Intrepid. There are all the links to all those things there in chat. Um, Fundamental RPG is definitely one that I want to talk a little bit about. It's my own tabletop system. Water and Animus both run on that this season, and second edition is going to be officially released late February, early March. And until then, you can pre-order it there at coffee.com/raven for a discounted price. It's available in PDF or paperback, and the paperback versions, the price there does include shipping. So keep that in mind. But those prices will go up a little bit after the pre-order period. So now's a great time to pick that up. But it's a really cool D20 system that puts story before rules quite well, and it's very versatile. You can run any genre of game at all on it. It's pretty cool. So that's my plug, and yeah, we're gonna go on a raid. We've got a raid cry, which is Joe's Bizarre Journey. You can copy that right out of chat, and then we're gonna go stream. We're gonna go raid Tabletop Horde. Virginia, she's a fantastic person, fantastic streamer. Definitely give her a follow if you're not doing so already. Um, and then I will see you all in about 3 hours. Bye, everybody.